Alright, today's update, let's see. I wanted some lemon balm for obvious reasons, health reasons. So I thought I'd purchase some, and I just want to grow it on a consistent basis. So I purchased 7 plants. This is the 7th one. It's actually 2 plants in here, but I'm saving that for my niece. She likes the medicinal herbs as well. I also gave her some chamomile. And I believe she's going to start a small garden with one item. But anyway, I had to transplant some of my callaloo here and here because it just wasn't growing well in the other containers, in the other garden beds. So I transplanted and see what I can do. I used a better soil mix. Let's see. And then yeah, it looks like I transplant. Hopefully they'll survive the transplant. Sometimes when you transplant, those babies go into shock and just die. I had some veggies over here growing, but I don't see much. It's not happening over here in the soil. Let's see. Looks like I got some tomatoes that will be fruiting here soon. I also planted some, let's see what this is, mustard greens. I'm going to thin these out when they get bigger depending on which one looks the best. I'll thin them out. Let's see here. This tomato looks like it has some flowering going on here, a little bit here and there. Habanero peppers, nothing going on right now. We got the flash collards that I got from the seed manufacturer. I forgot the seed company. I don't know why, because I use them for the Fetco seeds versus the seeds that I got, flash collared seeds that I got from the library. So, I mean, they're pretty comparable, but it looks like the Fetco seeds are doing better than the library seeds. And then I went over here and added some radish. And I just got impatient and put a couple of sweet potatoes in there just to see what they'll do. And that's my ginger. Still waiting for these sweet potatoes to get about 8 to 10 inches so I can plant those in the front row over there. And then there's everything else is just grow. Oh yeah, and I took some more callaloo, and I had this little dollar store container that is fabric and it has a clear bottom where everything can drain clearly. So I put some in here as well just to see what they do with the better mix of soil as well. I use the cow manure or whatever that stuff is. What's it called? Mad cow? Whatever. And my squash is going crazy. I have 3 different squash plants here based off of, cedar poles. And then you see they're growing pretty good. There's one at the bottom here. I don't know why it's not growing as well as the other 2, but that's okay. But looky here, squash. So when they get a little bigger and the flowers start to bloom, I will self-pollinate. Everything else is doing pretty good. Potatoes. Just make sure I'm cutting those back just fine. And look what's rearing its little pretty little head. Sugar snap peas are abound. They're growing. And then, like I said, just to keep the plants growing, I planted more seeds down there. Let me see if you can see them. Yeah, right there. So all up and down here, I grow 2 different rows, and I just started those. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. I'm always happy with my sugar snap peas. And there go the dreaded white moth fly. But I make sure I have my collards covered up over here. Those are growing pretty good. Alyssa cabbage. Quite a bit in here. Dinosaur kale. I went in here and pulled out a lot. I had some borage in there, but that borage just grows so big that I had to pull it out. so my collards can breathe and grow. But then now it looks like the Melissa cabbage is taking over. I do have cauliflower in there, but you can't really see it. Let's see what's going on over here. Okra showed up. I also planted some yadfa over here because I just love it so much. And if that's the only thing that's going to grow, then hey, looks like I have like 3 habanero plants. And mind you, I planted a lot of seeds and only ended up with 2 so far. Then I came out here and put some orange sweet pepper seeds. And look like a couple of those are coming up. And then the Cherokee purple tomatoes. Might as well. So yeah, this is my progress. Progress. Blueberry tree is growing. Yeah, it's growing. Starting to climb through this little cage that I built to keep the birds away. And then this one here, I took transplanted some borage to see how it'll do in here. Ooh, look at those new leaves. Look at the new leaves on the blueberry plants. There's some wild strawberries down there that I will not eat. Everything is just growing. I came back and pruned some of my tomatoes. I'm not sure what this is, but I'm scared to get rid of it because I feel like it might be something. But yeah, everything is going wild. There's that borage. Look how I planted this. This is the last thing I planted from seed, and it's just growing crazy. It's supposed to be like a pest deterrent. And there's my muncher cucumbers on this side. Suyong, nothing's coming out yet, but they're starting to grow. More tomatoes, lavender, more borage, dill, some of dill down there. What's the dill? I had more flowers over here. I just don't see any of them growing, but the pork seeds and the dill. There's 2 different types of plants over here that they just won't grow. Oh well. It's what it is. My apple rootstocks. I forgot the name of these flowers, but I think this is one of the flowers that I said I grew. But I forgot the name of it. So they seem to be growing, and I think they just kind of, when I put the seeds in here, they just all went this way. So that's one of them. And then there's a couple others here. See, there's that plant right there again. I wonder if that's a weed. I don't know what that is. The borage is growing okay over here, not as good as down there. Do see little specks of dill. More rootstock. And look at this watermelon. This pumpkin. I'm starting to see little pumpkin female flowers. You say plenty of male flowers, but there's my first female bud right here. And this just keeps growing every time. I've had to twine this 3 times this week. It's just growing crazy. I'll have to on the other side of the celery. I really need to thin it out, but I don't want to. I'm going to have to eventually open this up so the watermelon can grow here, the crimson watermelon. And then, of course, this is a cantaloupe, Hales cantaloupe, and more watermelon over here. Sugar baby watermelon. And the wisteria is finally going crazy. I didn't know it would grow this wild, but it's growing wild. My bush beans. Oh Lord, I see some beans. I gotta go get them, because if I don't get them now, if I don't grab these beans now, they'll think they're finished growing. So let me go ahead in here. I just saw some beans. Didn't you guys see some beans hanging there? Or was that just this onion? Yeah, that was that onion. Oh, wow, I thought that was ready to go. I was like, whoa. Yeah, I don't see anything on these bush beans. Oh, here they are. They're starting to flower, though, so I'll be getting something here. When you start seeing these pretty flowers, start getting some food here. Well, really, I was excited. More nasturtium growing wild. I try to put it on the edges. I want to pull it out of here and let it just grow like on the ground or whatever. See how that works. I really thought I had a green bean in there. Like, oh, I gotta get that. I gotta pull that off of there now so it doesn't think it's finished growing. Oh well, cover that back up. Tuck that back in so the bugs will stay away. Peppers, I learned something about peppers. They don't like moisture, so that's probably why I'm not seeing much progress on my peppers other than a lot of leafing, but no actual peppers. That's okay, I got the rest of the summer. I like to move this nasturtium out the way so my plants get the proper sun. I might have to go in there and pull some of those plants out of here. But anyway, that's that. And then the sweet potatoes. I had to come up here and cut some of the tree down. I want to get out my chainsaw and hack it all the way down. And then I saw my neighbor. He was out there cutting. You can see he was out there trimming it yesterday. He didn't have the proper tool for it. I wanted to give it to him. Say, hey, can you come over here and cut all this? Because I have to get out here and throw all these blueberries. And I just throw them back over in the yard. I just get them in. Back over there because I don't want them over here. I come out here a few times a day, maybe 3 times a day, and do this. I don't want to weigh this down and topple it over. So not much going on today. It's been wet, so thankfully I got everything done Friday and Saturday morning. Mowed the lawn yesterday morning. And then when it really started raining, I was indoors. It says device too hot. How? Not even hot out here. So I decided on a rainy day to shampoo my carpet. Did that. Dog is funky. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, look at that. That spinach is going to seed. It bolted. And I'm going to continue to let it do its thing because I can use those seeds. And then we got some Russian kale coming up over here. Swiss chard is looking pretty. I like when the different colors come up. And then I said, oh, I want some more Yad Fa, so I put some more over here. Sunflower, one of the sunflowers seeds is growing. I actually put more down here. I don't understand. I see it. The seed just didn't do anything. I actually put more seeds over here. But I don't know what's going on, but is that a seed? Nope, that's a rock. So hopefully this will bloom. Make it to full bloom. And then this tomato plant is going a little bit brazy over here. We got fruiting everywhere. You know, they say get rid of all the suckers, but I refuse. I'm keeping my suckers because suckers is where the fruit comes from. So, but this plant has a lot. It's like 3 plants over here. So this I'll probably get my first fruit off of this one right here. Corn is going crazy. Found my dog playing in this. Ruined a couple of stalks. Trying to preserve it, but we'll see. He was playing in this because I had removed this gate and put it down there, and then I had to go find another one, which fortunately I did, and I brought it over here because I have to keep him out. What else do I got over here? I started some mustard greens over here as well. See what I can get. thin these out. I'll probably leave 2 plants in each pod and see what I get. More sweet potatoes. And look what's growing. Look what we got growing over there. Radish. Hasn't been 20, 22, or 30 days yet, so I'm going to leave them in there a little bit longer. I want them bigger than what I let them get the last time. Look at the strawberries. I just can't get them to stay covered. I can't get them to grow. I don't think I'll buy those colored seeds again. I just can't get the strawberries to grow at all. I think that's a green pepper. That's a pepper. The only thing that seems to be growing is my yad fa, my radish, maybe 1 bell pepper. This eggplant got decimated the other day. I mean, decimated. Something's over here is just eating it up. And everything else is coming along. Cabbage, more lettuce. Oh yeah. Almost have to pull. At some point, I'm gonna have to pull this dinosaur kale out of here. There's some small kale here, lettuce. I transplanted some pak choi. You see that? Gave it some more breathing room. Y'all, is this a pepper? Or is that something going to seed? Because I don't recall. My jalapeno peppers, I gave them some. I fed them yesterday, but that plant in the middle seems the only one that really growing. I mean, these are growing because they're of course way down there, but they got competition from the other plants, so it's okay though. They said I can plant these next to each other, so it is what it is. I'm waiting for some shoulders to show up on these carrots. I check them almost daily because I don't want to pull them until I see the shoulders appear. Right now, I don't see shoulders, so they're going to stay till I see them. What is that? Is that a shoulder? Nah. Oh, that's a dumb berry seed. How did it get way over here? I can't wait till they start to shoulder so I can pull them out of here and grow something else in this bed. I think I got enough. All the stuff that I really want. My lettuces. I really want my squash. I love my squash. I really want some green beans, but I don't know what's going on with my green beans. I should have grew them like I did last year. I bought some bush beans instead of pole beans because I was like, I'm tired of, putting things on the trellis. But those bush beans are working my last nerves. And him, little buddy. Hi. Oop. He slept so good last night. He's been sick. My baby been sick, so he had diarrhea and he was throwing up, so he couldn't eat for a few days. Hi, baby. I see you. Now he's back to his old self. I had given him. I went online to research what can you give a dog that is sick, that has diarrhea, and they said like white rice, eggs, like boiled eggs. He seemed to love those. Broth. He didn't like the chicken broth. He never eats the chicken broth. I always say if the dog doesn't eat the food, put some chicken broth on it. Not my dog. So he's back to eating. Last night I fed him a mix of pork chops. I just cut it up in fine little cubes, real cute, small cubes, and mix it with his dog food, and he ate it all. So I was like, oh, my puppy's back. And he slept throughout the night. All night. We didn't get up till 9 something this morning. And then he act like he's still tired. If I say work out, you want to work out? You know what that means. You want to work out? He don't like when I say work out. Because he knows that means we got to go get on the treadmill or go running. He prefers to go over to the school and run freely. So I take him over to the school, put his leash on him. And I keep his leash on him, but I just let him run free. Right, baby? I'm glad you feel better. You little cute self. I'm glad you feel better. Want to go work out? He's a bully too. He loves knocking me over. I love you, budgie.